Hi, everyone.
Hello!
Hello. Good morning.
What's
Oh, wait.
up, party people?
It's actually afternoon.
Yeah. What are you
I
doing?
went back to my good morning.
Morning?
It's always good morning. Hello.
Welcome, everybody.
Pardon us.
Ghost Hunter, congrats on being first.
Woo. Bobzilla.
Yep, hello. Law
Second's
Dog.
good, too.
Awkwardish, hello. Ben.
Jade. Ben.
Video Game Archaeologist. Sugar Rush. Slayer Street. Gentry's Minis. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's up,
Hello,
T-Schmidt?
hello.
It's a crazy day already.
It is a crazy day. Crazy fun day. Shelby is incredibly caffeinated right now.
I've had like 4 sips.
That's enough.
This is just
One might argue that that's too much.
This is just where I'm always at. This is where I live.
I can tell you for a certain fact that this is not where Shelby lives.
I'm talking about this level.
I am also talking about your levels right now. This is not where Shelby perpetually lives. She lives at a solid state of not this all the time.
Papa Chicken, that's a fantastic question. I feel like it's a serious question, Shelby. Are there more eyes or legs on Earth? I feel like I don't know the statistics on it, but I think
on eggs? Whoa.
No, eyes or legs.
Legs.
I think there are more eyes. I feel like there's more people that have lost legs than there are. Oh wait.
Well, all the fish in the sea?
All of
100% eyes.
All of the legs. I didn't consider that actually.
Shelby, eyes.
Okay. What about centipedes?
Fish.
They have tons of legs. Caterpillars, thousands.
Fish.
Thousands.
Fish.
I don't know. It counterbalances though when you think about all of the 6-legged insects.
Think about how much of the ocean makes up our planet.
Okay. Think of how many bugs are on this planet.
Not all of them have a gajillion legs.
Not all of them, but they have 6 legs to every 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Some have 8. Some have a lot more.
You know what? This is a good argument.
Thank you. That's how I feel.
Ahoy! How does all of you do today?
Hoosiers, why are you in trouble? What did you do?
What have you done, Hoosiers?
Did you buy a bunch of yarn? Because if so, I would.
We leave for our Alaskan cruise at 4 tomorrow morning.
Oh.
With a 10, 8, and 5-year-old. First flight is at 6 a.m. That doesn't work.
That sounds brutal.
Wait. As in, your cruise doesn't leave at 4 a.m. tomorrow. You leave for the cruise at 4 a.m. and your first flight is at 6. This all of a sudden does not seem like a problem.
I'm confused. Yeah, avian, you have to think of insects. Thank you. That's where my brain went.
There are many, many fish in the sea.
There are many, many insects on the earth. And fish don't have legs.
That's my point.
They may have 2 eyes.
Right. It's eyes versus legs.
Yes, there's more legs.
So you're discounting that every fish in the ocean, period, full stop.
Yeah.
And in all the lakes and rivers in the world.
Yep.
Which do not have legs.
Mm-hmm.
Is less than all of the legs in the world, given the fact that every single being, well, most beings, be they insect or human, have eyes.
Okay. I counter with, think of how many swarms of different kinds of bugs. We're talking like huge swarms of locusts. I don't even know how many would be in that.
Fish.
Think about all of the what would you call that?
Fish.
Birds. Think of all the birds.
They also got eyes.
Yes, but they have 2 legs.
right? So they're basically
okay.
net
We won't
neutral.
count. We won't count the birds then.
Yeah.
But we'll count all of the insects.
You can only count the things that don't have 2 and 2.
Who have 6 legs.
Uh-huh.
That is 6 legs to every 2 eyes.
No, because how many eyes do they have?
They have 2.
Okay.
Some
spiders. How many eyes do spiders have?
They have 8 legs and 8 eyes, so that we can't count.
Okay, so all spiders don't count.
Do compound eyes count as 1 eye for the number of compounds? No. Waka waka waka.
Have you ever woken up a 5-year-old at 4 a.m.? Has a 5-year-old ever woken you up at 4 a.m.? It sounds like we need to be thinking about the optimistic situation where they're just going to be up at that time of night.
It's true. Let the moose babysit.
Or just tell them to go to sleep fully clothed and then just drag them out of bed into the car while they're asleep. Problem solved. We are so behind.
We are.
We are very, very behind. I need your brother to weigh in on this.
See, that's what I'm saying. Sugar Rush said ants have 6 legs, and there are around 20 quadrillion of them. I think I understand what you're saying about the fish, but I think the amount of insects far outweighs the amount of fish.
I don't know.
Because even think about like millipedes. They have so many legs. Jen, the question was...
What are you debating?
The question was, are there more eyes or legs in the world? Jordan and I are very split on this.
We're very divided currently. I am of the mind that there are many fish in the sea, and fish do not have legs.
And I am arguing that there are way more insects than fish in the world. Mike said, question, is there something unique about Monument Hobbies glue in comparison to other super glues?
Well, it depends on what glues you're trying to compare it to. Our glue is a thin cyanoacrylate, which is a type of glue. And it has... there are other glues that are like it. We have a special bottle, and we have a particular type of it that we use.
Kimberly said, I knew from the title that Shelby would be here. Great. That's exactly what I want.
I knew from the title that Shelby would be here.
Jen said legs.
Dang it.
I win. Apparently there's a type of millipede that holds a record for the most legs of any known animal, with adult females possessing 1,306 legs. That's what I'm saying, Jordan. There's so many legs. It's such a leggy world.
How many fish are in the sea?
Not enough to make up for 1,306 legs on one millipede.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think you underestimate the power of the ocean.
I don't think so.
And the many-eyed things in the world.
Jen said, after listening to all this, I agree with Shelby. Thank you, Jen.
What?
I will die on this hill.
What? Jen, come on now.
Yeah, don't forget about shrimp, crabs, octopi, starfish. Lots of legs. Every day is leg day. Don't you forget
I need
it.
to find some concrete evidence that I'm right.
How are you defining eyes? Do plankton have eyes? That's a good question, but
I think we should ask.
I actually don't know if plankton have eyes.
Would that change your mind?
I don't know.
We got to think about these things.
Google says 3.5 trillion fish. I think the insects still have it. Well, the fish or the legs. The legs have it. Think of all the ants. Think about them. Have them in your mind's eye.
All right. All right, fine. I'm just saying there's a lot of undocumented space in the ocean, and that the guess for fish is only a guess. I rest my case. Important stuff here. Jordan, all you did was say fish over and over. Shelby has lots more evidence.
Thank you. I back my stuff up.
I would not be surprised to find out that there are more eyes in the world than legs.
I would not either, but in this current situation, I am a firm believer in the leg empire. Oh, huh. Mike came up with a very interesting point. Legs because so many things other than living things have legs.
What about things that have pictured eyes?
Yes.
Images of eyes count as well?
I don't know. That's a good question.
If you can count table legs, I can count pictures of eyes.
I would count potato eyes, but I don't know if I would count paintings of eyes. That one's a toss-up. I think we need to stick to living things. Gabe said, what about the letter I? Yeah, see, I think we just need to stick with living things with legs and
Gabe?
eyes. Yeah.
Gabe, where do you sit on this? Where on the fence do you like to sit with this?
One of the biggest problems in this world is that nobody thinks of the ants. Yes, game delay. Nobody thinks
I thought of the ants, but I also thought about all the places
Gabe says
in the
eyes?
world. Yes! Yes! We're back to 2v2.
You've no reason other than just wanting to be on the opposing side of me.
Nope. I trust Gabe.
Mm-mm.
Gabe is a trustworthy soul.
I don't trust him as far as I can
Fishman.
throw him.
Yeah, he literally said the same thing that I did. Fish, man. There's a lot of fish.
Insects, Gabe. Remind me to never hire Jordan as my lawyer. Guess he'll just say fish. What was that? Fun sound. Thank you. I don't know what it was.
That's YouTube, I believe.
Yeah, 10 quadrillion insects. 10 quadrillion. And you know how many legs insects have, Jordan?
Well, some of them
do you know
only
how many?
have 2.
Well, technically, the definition of an insect.
How many? So here's the question: how many of these quadrillion insects have 2 eyes and 2 legs?
A lot of them. A lot of them.
Remember, we can't count those because it's equal. They count neither for nor against.
What 2-legged insect do you know of?
What 2-legged insect do you not know of?
No insect is 2-legged. They're 6-legged.
Not all of them.
Give me one example of a 2-legged insect.
No.
Because you can't.
No.
Because they don't exist.
I refuse to do your work for you.
By definition, an insect has 6 legs. That's why spiders are not technically insects, because they have 8 legs.
That's not accurate at all.
Yes, it is. What?
Shelby cannot contain herself.
This is just crazy to me that you don't think. You think there's 2-legged insects.
Flies have 5 eyes. Oh, look at that. Hey, Gabe, coming in with the answers.
Okay.
We all wanted.
I'm still standing with the millipedes. Oh, this is crazy.
I think you need to get some more fact checking done, Shelby.
I think you need to, because you think that two-legged insects exist.
They do.
I just want you to name one. Just one. That's all I'm asking.
You have Google at your disposal. Prove me wrong.
That's so funny. The four nations lived in harmony. Then the Leg Empire attacked.
The Leg Empire.
We're so far behind. I think the consensus is legs.
Well, I know where all your loyalties lie then.
With the legs.
Yep. Which is not with Jabe and I.
But it's with me and Jen, so you're not really losing.
I mean, I feel an awful lot like Jabe and I are losing right now.
You are losing.
We're losing the faith of the people. It must be gained back.
Ghost Hunter said two-legged insect, Jordan Lamb, and Jabe Fisher. Now that's good. Jordan doesn't believe in science.
Whoa. Hold on now.
You don't. If you think that there's insects that have two legs. The only instance in which an insect could have two legs is if it lost its other four.
Well, okay. So, there are insects with two legs. What's wrong with this? You just proved me right.
No. That leg still exists somewhere out there.
No.
It's not gone.
It is no longer attached to a living entity. Therefore, it doesn't count. We're not counting table legs. Spiders can have up to 12 eyes. Look at that, Shelby. Get wrecked.
And now Shelby is mocking the disabled insect population.
Look at that. Compound eyes. Xpaxis, thank you for the sub. Thank you for giving us a sub whilst all this ridiculousness
I always
is
love
happening.
when we get follows and subs during things like this.
It's great.
Really shows you how much people truly love us.
Ant-Man, 2 legs. Look at that. Boom.
Insect eyes in comparison to human eyes is all about how many focal lenses they have. So eyes. So are you saying like flies have a crazy ton of eyes?
Most insects have compound eyes, which are a group of lenses that are considered eyes in comparison to ours.
Dude, some
insects can have 4 to 1,000 of these per compound eye. Look at this. Gabe's just winning right here.
I still am on the leg side. Arthropods have 1.2 gigatons of biomass.
I was just about to say that. I love how Jen is getting super involved in this. This is great. Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's only one eye. Everyone's giving so many definitions. I love it. We're on the science channel now.
You had the faith of the people before, Jordan? When have I not?
There are no insect legs used in the making of Bro Grill. No insects were harmed. Video game archaeologist, what is the common back swimmer? Is it technically an insect? Also, I'm not going to count it as Jordan telling me. At least one insect with 2 legs.
Hey, look, I told you there's at least one insect with 2 legs.
You didn't give me the example, though.
Look, I'm not by a computer to look up the specific name of said insect.
You said it with so much confidence that I thought you would have an example.
I have confidence because I know it to be true.
What? Jen said, I don't even like science. Here we are. These are the things that always come back around. Like at school, you're like, I'm never gonna use this. And then you have conversations like this.
Uh-huh.
You're using it.
Shelby definitely should have paid more attention in insect class.
No.
Hear about all the 2-legged insects.
The amount of giggles we get from Shelby makes me wonder how she gets any work done normally.
Nope.
I do get work done.
No, Mike. Don't do it.
No. Do not buy me anything.
If we count each lens as an eye, then I say eyes. If not, I say legs.
I don't think we count each lens. I think we just count...
Nuh-uh, because reasons.
The eye. If you actually send me bugs, I will cry. I don't want them.
I will cry. I don't want them.
Do not want bugs sent to me. The only way that I enjoy bugs is if, as dark as this is if they are pinned behind a glass thing and I can just look at them and hang them on my wall.
How many legs does a butterfly have?
6, Jordan. They have
really?
6.
Does it?
Yes. They have 6 of them.
Do they now?
You're gonna argue that they have 2.
Interesting.
You're just grasping at any insect that I throw out there.
Wings are kind of like legs.
No, they're not.
They fly through the air.
They are appendages, perhaps.
Jordan is over here arguing with his gut and intuition alone. I wish that Scrumbly Dumpus was here, because he could confirm or deny whether or not compound eyes count as multiple eyes.
I get that he's an optometrist, but
hey, he's an authority figure when it comes to eyes.
Would he know?
Man's licensed to know about eyes, okay? Whose word would I rather trust?
I don't know. I have 2 eyes and 2 legs. I feel like I have as much grounds.
Yeah, but you're not legally allowed to like poke around in people's eyeballs.
No, I don't want to. I was gonna send chocolate that had bugs in it. Even worse. That is even worse. That will be delivered and go straight into the garbage. I'm so sorry. No bugs, please. Came to life. Butterflies have 2 legs sticking out from the front of their head. No.
Yeah, antenna, huh?
Those
legs.
Are antennae. Jordan is over there grasping at any eye-shaped straw in reach. By the way, I hope everyone is having a nice Tuesday. Thank you, Fido.
I'm gonna laugh so hard when this has been talked about by scientific peoples and that the eyes have it.
The eyes do not have it.
I would laugh so hard.
Yeah, we need an entomologist, not an optometrist.
I think we need a little bit of both.
No, I think the argument is with the insects, and therefore we need an entomologist. Oh, no Papa Chicken. I've not had one. No way, Jose. Ishmael, the heat is hot.
Trust me, I'm a biologist.
The heat is hot, but we are living. Jabe doesn't know what side you're on now. He's on the eyes side.
Jabe, I am on whatever side that Shelby is not
The
on.
wrong side. Oh no, Mike. I thought you said it was gonna get here today.
What?
You bought that hat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't get behind the seasoned crickets and such. Just absolutely not.
Just absolutely not.
People will say that you can like use, I don't know, it's like cricket meal or something in place of flour. Like, why do you hate yourself? Why would you ever do that?
Hate yourself?
Like, why would you knowingly substitute?
Shelby's answer: do you hate yourself?
Why would you knowingly substitute that?
Do you hate yourself? Oh my gosh.
Oh, Real DiCaprio said physiologically compound eyes are one eye because it connects and is processed by a single nerve. So compound eyes do not mean many eyes in one. It is one eye that has many lenses, which are not technically eyes.
But we could technically count them as multiple eyes.
You could not.
We gotta count. We gotta change the public perception.
A compound eye is one eye. We have established that.
When Gabe turns on me.
Well, Mike, I will keep the hat. I won't get rid of that. Even though it says I love knitting. And I do not, in fact.
Well, how do you know? You've not really done it.
Because I don't know how. Gabe's laughing at me. No gluten in cricket flour. Okay, but... Oh, okay, no, you're saying you don't want to use cricket flour. Perfect. That's all I care about, game delay.
That's all I care about.
No gluten in cricket
You
flour.
see, Shelby says things like, this is all I care about. When you people say things to her, this is not the sign of a true friend.
Oh my gosh.
Think about my conviction
now you're just twisting my words. You couldn't win the argument, and now you're twisting my words.
Hey, look, I'm saying it like it is.
No. Cricket meal is disgusting. That is a great point. If my camera has 5 lenses, would I have 5 cameras or just one?
That's not how that works. Ooh, do we count lenses as eyes?
No! Absolutely not. They're not living things.
Oh, how about
We're not counting like eye lenses.
googly eyes?
No, they're not living. If we're counting googly eyes, we're counting furniture legs. And paintings of legs. Any depiction of legs, which includes all of your little miniature figures.
Well, those also have eyes.
Maybe. Allegedly.
There's no allegedly about it. Hope you guys have been enjoying this stream brought to you by
Science
and Shelby.
Papa Chicken, joke's on you, because I actually do love cross stitch. But I don't love it as much as crocheting.
Shelby's a cheater. Cheating in the world of eyes.
Who's gaslighting me? Jordan? He's always trying to gaslight me.
Whoa, now. Hold on. I am often in your corner when it comes to things, Shelby.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah. I root for you often. Except for when it comes to eyes versus legs. You know.
Yeah, sounds that way. He said deal? I don't know what he said deal to. No, game delay. He does not have a point with googly eyes because we established that it has to be living. Be from a living thing.
They move.
That does not make them living. move. What?
I'm gonna keep on throwing stuff at the wall. Eventually something's gonna stick and we're gonna have a real argument.
I don't think so. You're changing your perspective, game delay? You traitor.
Hey, we got one. Hey, look, and he is a lawyer.
Panic Bomb said, but are the eyes actually painted? In reference to your minis.
Hey, they don't have to be painted. I make no judgments.
The legs have it. The ants win. Thank you, Sugar Rush. Yes.
What about fingers and toes? Don't count.
What?
I got her.
I don't even know what you're doing anymore.
I don't think Jordan should be allowed to have opinions anymore.
Gas lamping. I am on a soapbox. I did not expect this question to, like...
Be so divisive?
Be so divisive. But here we are, and I'm getting heated about legs.
That's on you. I'm nice and cool over here. Cool as a cucumber.
Okay, do we count potatoes as living if they're already pulled out of the ground?
Yes. Maybe?
I don't think I would, because they're not drawing nutrients from anything anymore.
Alrighty. How's everyone doing today? You guys, are we good?
On this lovely Tuesday.
I think we've expended with enough conversation regarding legs and eyeballs. And we can get to the painting.
Thank you, Boneyard. Narrow it to pirates. More eye patches or peg legs. I don't know. I feel like that's always a combo situation.
Bit of column A, bit of column B. Lots of column C.
Kimberly said, what are toes but tiny little legs? What are arms but shoulder legs?
And what is an eye but an eye?
There are so many silly comments being born out of this. Okay, yeah, potato is not alive after it's been picked. So, if we wanted to count all of the potatoes still in the ground and their eyes,
I'll allow it.
They're living just on their way to dying.
That's very sad.
Well, if that's the case about all of us. And every living thing.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that one.
Starting to get dark on you.
Yeah, that's gonna bring us down a notch, folks.
I'm sorry. Just being honest.
So we're using a nice little combination of what we got here. We got faded ultramarine, dark plum, and not that color, and tan flush. And we're building out this kind of soft, pale blue, purpley color for the skin that we're highlighting up here. I could probably block out some of these.
Death from Impulsor asked, what type of air compressor do you use when airbrushing?
What type of compressor?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I don't remember off the top of my head. I'd have to go look at the name of it. If you message me on Discord, I can find out for you. It's like California something. We don't have a more traditional. We have like a real Larger air compressor.
So what is growing roots in my pantry if the potato is dead? Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know the biology behind that. Adeptus Drunkenness, we are having a very heated discussion about legs and eyes.
Doesn't seem very heated to me.
No.
Nice and cool. Cool as a cucumber.
Nice and even keel.
Yeah, nice and even keel.
Mike, do not buy me legs. I don't want legs. Why I go to the gym and do leg day.
Dang. Shelby's showing off. She's like, I'm so strong.
That is my curse. 2 eyes, 2 legs, and a gradual descent into death. Thanks for the reminder. Sorry, game delay. Sorry to hit you guys with a truth bomb.
Dang, she really sent it.
Yes, Death from Impulsor. Dark Plum is from the Ninjon signature series.
It most certainly is.
35 minutes later, the legs won. Many lives were lost, and we find ourselves questioning, was this war worth it? I would say it wasn't. But let me tell you about the aftermath.
Oh my gosh. What have we done?
I love it.
What have we wrought?
Oh, look, painting on stream. Wow. First time today that I recall this is a painting stream.
You guys have been having too much fun. We're going back to having some fun painting. Okay. All right. Also, we're going to have some dark gray blue.
Zombie taters. Zomb potatoes.
Zombitators.
Papa Chicken, no.
Potatoes.
Oh, Jen made a really good argument.
Uh-oh.
She's still on it, and I love it.
She's still on it.
She said, but potato eyes are not related to vision. Can't count those. You're only considering the word. You would need to include tables, chairs, etc. And those legs are more closely related to legs we stand on. Joined
forces with Shelby. I had no chance.
Hey, it's not our fault we bring logic and reason to the table.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's a lot of things happening right now. Logic and reason have very little to do with them.
The math is calculating the number of legs and eyes. The aftermath is calculating the cost in our sanity.
Well, considering we didn't have much to begin with, probably pretty low.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, I think.
I'm definitely out of my beverage, which is making me sad.
You drank it too fast.
I was very thirsty.
So you had an energy drink?
Yes.
That's so interesting to me. When I'm thirsty, I'm not like, ooh, I really want a soda. Or like...
I just want something to drink, and that was there.
Yeah, I guess. But and sometimes people do that, though. They're like, oh, I'm really thirsty. And they like, get a Coke or something. I'm like, what? You're thirsty because you need water. Drink water.
Well, if I had water right next to me right now, I'd kill a bottle of water.
I know. I'm not saying you wouldn't.
I do not.
I'm not saying you wouldn't, but some people do this. And it's just baffling to me. Jen, we did it. 5.
No. You guys don't get to high five that nonsense.
No, we do.
Disrespectful.
We do get to. Water, yes. Water is the main ingredient in Coke. However, it just seems wrong to yeah, a mug of sugar and battery acid. Like, I don't know, just the default being something sugary and bad for you just feels sad.
Wow. That's a little brutal.
Dang.
Shelby just let it fly.
You know what I often do?
Too much.
I often do on this stream.
Too much.
I am forthright about my opinions.
Too often.
On such things.
Very often.
Yeah, Papa Chicken. I don't know. That was a good question. I don't know how you're gonna top it, but I expect big things from you now.
What was the question?
Well, Papa Chicken was the one that asked the question that
Oh gosh, how
has
dare you,
derailed
Papa
us
Chicken.
for 43 minutes. I love it.
This is what happens when we get Shelby producing on the stream. Yep, 43 minutes of nonsense.
But we know to expect it by now.
I mean,
we can all expect that to
I
happen.
guess.
It's not like I'm blindsiding you.
Well,
You know exactly what you're going into.
I don't know about that.
Gameplay even said that he knew from the title that it was going to be a Shelby stream. I don't see how this is my fault.
Well, you are Shelby. Thus,
Hellfire is very
It goes
upset that
without
you said
saying.
nonsense. Is not nonsense.
100%.
Quality
Everything
content.
that we've talked about on the stream, aside from painting, has been nonsense.
Quality content.
This is quality content.
You did argue just as avidly.
I was just having fun. Let's be honest. I have no
Who let us do
standing or knowledge to be able to say or back up any of the things that I was saying. I was just doing it to be contrary.
Hellfire,
Because turns out, when you have a nonsensical question that you're answering with nonsensical answers...
I felt very sensical. I felt like my answers were full of sense.
You know what? I'm just saying.
Yours maybe were nonsensical.
No. I had very sensical answers. Like fish.
We can roll back the
like
tapes.
Fish. Remember my fish comment, folks? Very sensical.
Nobody remembers. Wandering.
You right over there?
I don't even know. Wandering Gobojin. Hey Jordan, can you talk a little about your methodology for painting blue skin?
Yeah. So, first off, I'm not really painting blue. I'm painting like a kind of a weird bluish lavender purple color. I'm sort of trying to copy this artwork outside of the lighting environment, which is why it's a little less yellow. But my approach, you'll notice that I started down here. It was really, really dark. And as I started working up kind of this belly area, I started to realize that my value was getting really dark in the recesses and I needed to bring it up. So I'm adding more brightness to the purple colors, which are a little bit darker than the lighter blues, like the ultramarine or the faded ultramarine that I'm using, this guy. So I'm doing my best to bring up these purples to be brighter so that they are still giving good contrast, but you're also getting a nice contrast of color as well. So I'm trying to utilize multiple types of contrast to give you a lot more interesting shifts between highlight and shadow. And the other thing too is generally when I'm painting a color, I don't like using like dark blue, like so. I wouldn't use dark blue, and sky blue necessarily to like paint something all the time, because it tends to be a little monochromatic when you do it that way. When you incorporate a lot more color, like a purple or a plum or something like that, it makes the color palette a lot more rich and interesting. So you're going to find that when I do work on recipes like this where I'm painting blue skin, the blue has a lot more richness of color to it that you wouldn't get from just a traditional like dark blue, sky blue workup.
Bye, Mike. I don't know if you're already gone, but see ya. Have a good Tuesday.
Mike's gone?
Mike's gone.
See Mike!
Paint liquor, we did not use oyster/clam eyes. I feel like it's kind of it's a losing battle at this point. Sugar Rush said, Jordan, the pistol grip airbrush you
Yep.
guys sell, how does the dual action work?
I will show you. So it's a little bit easier to feel in person, because there's like a tension thing here. But the way the dual action works is, there's 2 actions on this trigger. So you have this action which goes to here, and that's air. So this from here to here is airflow. And then if you continue pushing on the trigger, it goes back further, and that lets paint out. You can see the back of the chuck here won't move when I do this section, but once I get here and I push, it pulls the needle back. So typically with gun trigger type airbrushes and spray cans, they're typically dual action in this function where the first stage of the trigger pull is air and the second stage is paint.
And it's a pretty, you can feel the difference when you're
Yeah,
doing
like
it
I'm just bouncing it against the resistance right here. And then I have to push it, or pull it rather, to get this additional movement.
Thanks. Mustang DMs. Thank you for the follow.
Like you might even be able to hear it.
Click, click.
So when it clicks, it's clicking against the resistance here. And then I can push it. Yeah, I really like the black. And we have some nice ergonomic handles that are a little bit different than what their traditional setup is. And I think our plating is a little bit different as well. Okay. This is not a firearm. This is a spray gun. Okay? Air and paint comes out of this thing. Also, not loaded with any paint or air. Neither.
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
Sure. Fair enough.
Assault airbrush, hit the deck.
Assault airbrush.
Jordan, you never point that at something that you don't intend to kill.
Alright, you guys, you're just torturing me now.
Jordan, you'll shoot your eye out. Then legs will win. Legs have already won.
Shelby.
I want that known. On this day.
I'm distressed.
The legs won.
Jason has made an active decision to not join us in this hysterical nonsense.
Come in when we're all calmed down.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to give him a good solid hour to get it out of their system. And then I'll hop in. Using a little bit more of the tan flesh here. Get some of that kind of fleshy color into the highlights.
You need a leg trophy to have in frame every stream. Yeah, I'll just I'll bring it in every time I stream. You never forget. I want to put one in my office.
No more pink Space Marine for you. Shelby's lost her access to the pink Space Marine. She doesn't deserve it anymore.
Treat every airbrush as if it were loaded with paint.
Nope, definitely not doing that.
I don't know why those are getting me so good. That's so funny to me.
It's because you're caffeinated. I guarantee you, uncaffeinated Shelby would not think any of this was as funny as it is right now.
I don't know. Could be. In fishnets? It's good stuff. Good
It's
stuff,
something.
chat.
It's something, folks. It's something. We got something going on here.
I am caffeinated, T. Schmidt. I have an energy
Shelby
drink
is
right
quite
here.
caffeinated.
Not Capricund.
Ooh. Oh man, now I'm really thirsty. Dang it. Bummer.
Started talking about water.
Yep, we're talking about beverages and it's not helping.
Talking about bevies. What would be the eye equivalent of fishnets? Cool glasses? Yeah, I think so. But not sunglasses. They'd have to be like stylish fake glasses or something. Because fishnets, I think the equivalent of sunglasses for eyes would be like opaque tights for legs.
Where do we, what is happening right now?
Somebody said something about like fishnets on legs. Fishnet tights.
Yep. I gathered that.
And then Fido said, what would be the eye equivalent of fishnet? Full glasses? I think it would be either the shades that have a little flip that's like like has the little, it's like a little plastic piece that flips up and down and it's like shutters, or glasses that are just the frames and don't have any lenses. Those are my 2 votes. Real Link sweatshirt, thank you for the follow.
I did, yeah, okay. It's getting weird, chat. It's getting weird.
Again, logic. Anytime the airbrush comes out, we need to start calling the stream a shooting range or something like that.
Please don't do that.
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Pretty sure we're still on Twitch, and we shouldn't do that.
The stream is chaos.
Well, that is actively true.
Veil is the fishnet of the head, but we're talking specifically the eyes. And Game Delay does have a good point about the contacts that give you fancy irises. If we're just talking eyeballs and nothing else. Really makes you think.
Does it now?
It does.
Has it got you really thinking there, Shelby?
Mm-hmm.
Does your brain hurt yet?
Nope. My brain feels fine.
My brain feels fine.
Gentry's Minis wants me to ask why painting this leather belt vexes them so much.
I don't know. What's going on with the leather belt?
What's going on with your leather belt?
Talk to me. Tell me about your woes.
Your woes. I've been quietly chuckling this entire stream. Thank you both for being awesome. Also, what is the leg equivalent of smoky eye makeup? Now we're getting crazy.
This is on Shelby, not me.
I've
got nothing to do with
I don't
this.
know if there is. There's nothing you put on your legs that's like that. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think there's anything. Unfortunately. Maybe we should. Maybe we've stumbled upon an untapped trend. We need to really think about that.
What? What trend is this?
I don't know.
Why are you trying to be so trendy right now?
The smoky eye equivalent, but for legs. Could be something.
I feel like I'm turning into Jason one comment at a time.
Ooh, henna tattoo? Full length smoky leg fade. That would be so crazy.
Just smoky leg instead of smoky eye.
Smoky leg. I feel like
Y'all are getting a little weird. You're all getting a little weird with this one.
they're asking important questions.
They're certainly asking questions.
It's not our fault that you don't agree.
Whoa now. Hold your horses there, Shelby.
You could just do like, oh, I really don't know. Maybe like a fake tan. It just feels so silly. Yeah, spray tan goes well with the airbrush discussion.
I mean, they use airbrushes to apply that stuff sometimes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Smoke for legs. There you go. These are crazy questions. I love it. I live for it. I feel like I'm getting a taste of my own medicine, and it's fantastic.
So he's like, I love the medicine that I've got.
Whatever I'm peddling.
I need more of it.
You could always noosh your legs. That would look so goofy.
Just stick your legs in a pile of noosh.
Then wipe it away. It'd be like, oh, it's so gross. It'd be like when you go camping and your ankles just get caked with dirt, but it's just like in the pores. Like it's nowhere, it like has kind of rubbed off in certain areas. That's, I think, what noosh would do. What would be the best Pro-Curl mix for a spray tan? Depends on your skin tone.
Yeah.
Wandering Gobajin said, "Hey Jordan, are you going to do any OSL from the Fireball?"
That's the plan. I'm gonna rough out the rest of the colors first, and then we're gonna figure out what, because I'm not sure what color it's gonna be yet. I want it to contrast really well against the rest of the model, but I need to make sure that it makes sense given all the wonderful things that were painted.
Have you been inside of a Jimmy John's recently?
Recently enough to have a good solid memory of what it looks like.
Were there like just random signs everywhere just with like crazy things on them?
I haven't spent a lot of time studying the things on the walls,
Yeah.
but now that you mention it, yeah.
No, me neither. I haven't done that.
She certainly has, folks. You know when she goes, I haven't done that. Not at all. That's a lie. She totally has. Is trying to minimize the damage.
That's the point. People know. Obviously, if I react that way, it means that I have.
I'm just saying, you might fool some people, but you didn't fool me.
I'm not trying to fool anybody.
Well, then why would you lie? Why wouldn't you just say, I don't spend time looking at that stuff?
Because it's so funny if you act like you haven't, but you really have, but you make it blatantly obvious. Anyway, I have recently been at a Jimmy John's, and I was in there for quite some time with my friend, and we
Were you now?
We were reading all the signs that are on the walls, and they are so weird. They were so crazy. There was like just total nonsense when you read them. You're like, what does that even mean? There was one, I think they ripped off a quote from Henry Ford or something. But it was like, if you do what you did, you get what you got. And that just makes zero sense to me.
Please tell me you're coming in here to shut her off, Chris. Save me from this nightmare.
Papa Chicken, I do not eat dirt.
Shelby, you done did that one to yourself. Correct. Therefore,
yes, you have.
She enjoys eating dirt.
Estrello, yeah, Mom and Dad are both gone. Well, Mom's gone. She's been gone all day.
Your mom?
No. Jen and Jason.
Oh. You got to be a little bit more specific because your mom literally works here.
That's true.
Your mother.
My mother is here.
Does work here. She's quite delightful. I like hanging out with her.
Stream Mom.
Stream Mom, not here.
She's not been here.
Although she did participate in that argument that we were having. She did.
Argument. I would call it an argument. She did. She participated a little bit in that, and she was on my side, so the legs have it. But Jason was also gone for a substantial amount of time today.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, he went out to lunch.
Oh. I have not seen Jason for a substantial amount of time today.
Well, remember, your office is literally as far as can be from his.
He put me as far away from him as he could.
He brought me back. He kicked me out. He brought me back right like a yo-yo.
Really shows people's true colors.
Gone for a few months. Jen is still here. See, even if we can't have Jen in person, we still have Jen in spirit.
We do.
And in digital form.
She's still with us.
Hi, Jen.
She's lurking.
I hope your day has gone well. We look forward to having you back on stream and getting her the heck out of here. Because she crazy.
Fisher Queen at World HQ. Exactly.
No,
So then I wouldn't say it's more fun when I'm here, but it's a different fun.
It's a different sort of energy.
Jen has her own fun, and
Jen
I
does
have
have her own fun.
But it is fun nonetheless.
A lot of the time, it does have to do with the fact that I am young, and that I don't know some things
Jordan
about the
is
world.
the butt of the joke.
Oftentimes, we roll with the punches a little bit around here. It's okay. We all get up to fight another day.
I do bring the ridiculousness. That is the vibe. Oh, she's at the dentist.
Yeah, that's fair.
I hate the dentist. I'm not, like, when I was younger, I was scared of the dentist. Whatever. The kids are scared of the dentist because it's scary. You hear the little power tools.
I apologize for asking stupid, obvious questions.
I hate the dentist. Exactly. Papa Chicken put it so well. Jen is lawful good, and Shelby is chaotic good. Both good, just different flavors. I love it.
We need adult supervision today. Is it a little concerning that both of us are, in fact, adults?
I'm not concerned.
Well, of course you wouldn't be concerned.
She's bordering chaotic neutral. Some days, yeah. Most days I'm chaotic good. Some days I'm chaotic neutral. You never know what you're getting.
Today? Definitely one of those
Today,
days.
I'm chaotic neutral, I'd say.
It's all the caffeine.
It's all the caffeine. It's gonna power me through.
Alright. I like where these abs are at so far. Feeling good.
That's what mine are gonna look like when I go to the gym more. Mark my words.
Duly marked. Alright, you hear that, chat? So much numbness? Oh no.
Yeah.
Face numbness is the weirdest.
It is.
It's like so bizarre. Such a bizarre feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, because you just don't know. I feel like your face is you use so many different muscles in your face, and so when you can't use any of them, it's like, what the?
Or at least some of them don't work as well.
Some of them.
You're like, this is weird.
I remember that being weird when I got my wisdom teeth out.
I remember when you did that.
That feeling was just so terrible. My face was numb, like, up to my ear.
That's really weird.
Yeah. Like, it probably would have been the best time for me to get a tragus piercing, but they probably wouldn't have let me. Even though I was fully cognizant. Swolby. That's good. I like that.
Shelby's made a commitment. She's gonna have abs like.
It was a joke.
Like this guy.
I don't want to have abs like that.
Shelby, I very clearly heard
that would be terrifying.
you say that you were gonna have these abs one day. I have faith in your ability to achieve said dream.
I wish you would listen to my voice inflections.
No.
Just once.
Letter of the law, Shelby. Letter of the law.
We'll be in Chair Guy. We haven't seen Chair Guy in a while, have we?
We have not seen Chair Guy in a while. He was.
Well, we have.
Yes.
You haven't.
Let's be clear. We have seen
we
Chair
have
Guy.
seen him.
We see him on a daily basis. You, chat, do not.
I always love when we finish like a crazy conversation like we did and the chat just gets much slower.
It does, doesn't it?
Can keep up a little bit better.
We get them all riled up with the craziness. And then they're like, whoa.
I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I could just paint abs on every day.
Hey, you got an airbrush? You got the tanning solution? You're good. That's all you need.
I think I would look so silly with a tan. Did you ever think about that? Like, you see people who do like spray tans or self tan or like do the tanning beds and stuff. And
I mean, I would say if you were like super tan, then yes, it would be very weird.
I think I would look so weird with a tan.
It's like somebody who goes from pasty white to like.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, okay. I'm not talking about specifically you.
White.
Shelby. Not talking about specifically you.
You said those words,
talking
Jordan.
About in general. I was not talking about you. I swear to gosh, I was not talking about you. I was talking about a generality of you look at somebody who's like super pasty white and then they get a tan and it's all like orangey weirdness and you're like, these two things are very different.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's all over for you. No, I know I'm not pasty white.
I can't win today. You guys are killing me.
First you lose the eye conversation.
I'm dying. I'm getting killed over here.
Hi!
I'm getting killed. Getting slain. One comment at a time.
To your left.
Oh.
Jason's here.
Hi, Jason. Finally, sanity returns.
I've been told. My mic on?
Yeah, it should be.
Can you unmute it?
It's unmuted.
Check. I've been told that I needed to come in here and provide adult supervision, which means we're all in trouble.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know.
Shelby's on a little bit of a chaotic neutral rant
you
today.
are as well.
Okay, so wait a minute, mister.
Perhaps as well me.
So is he trying to throw somebody under the bus? That's never happened before, ever.
Definitely could be trying to throw Shelby under the bus.
That's never happened in the history of ever. Jordan is trying to throw somebody under the bus.
Oftentimes I do it on accident. This time, definitely on purpose.
Accident.
Hey,
yeah.
You know?
Jordan's never done anything on accident.
Oh, I've done plenty of things on accident, believe you me.
It's like one day I just woke up in Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't... My stuff was all packed and everything. I just showed up here.
I don't know what happened. Somebody hit me over the head. There was a long U-Haul ride. Ta-da, Phoenix.
Yeah. I didn't even drive. I just showed up here.
Get back to my spot. I apologize. I've already missed half of the stream. I have adulting business things I have to do today.
Very true.
I really love the stream because it is one of my least adulting things I have to do.
It's true.
With regard to the company. I had a business lunch today and the guy asked me, he goes, somebody told me that you're still doing the stream that you started doing like 8 years ago. And I go, yes. And he goes, so every day? I go, yeah. He goes, so like that'll happen today? Yes. I don't know how many times I can say yes, but the answer is yes.
The show must go on.
2 to 4 every freaking day.
Well, it's like a release for you, right? You know, being able to come here and just not have to think about other things.
I mean, for me, yeah,
part.
you know, I mean, let's be honest, right? In the course of a business day here, The things that I have to do from 8 a.m. when I show up to 2 p.m. when I come in here are all of the things about a business that make it a business, right? Yep. Here is what really makes Monument Hobbies work, is this stream, and that always has been the way, and so I love it. I won't miss it. Even if I just have to come in here and sit in the chair and tell bad fart jokes.
Please do so.
I'll just make fart noises.
Jen said, I've been supervising, but it has been a little bit of a just wait until your dad gets home kind of day.
Papa Chicken, I heard that it's something about are there more eyes or legs in the world? Like, this is just...
You missed out on an interesting conversation. That's for sure.
I mean, each body comes with a pair, unless there's some really weird thing going on. And then it's just how many people do you think have lost eyes versus legs? And I have to be honest with you, I think that legs probably are more, because I think it's easier to lose an eye. But the question I have is, does it have to be a functioning eye to be considered an eye? Or do you have to have like it all the way out, like I have a glass prosthetic, now I'm down an eye? Or if I'm blind, do I still technically have my eyes?
Do you want me to really blow your mind?
What?
All living creatures.
Yeah, we were talking every living organism.
All living creatures?
Yep.
Eyes or legs?
Just say legs and move on.
I feel like it's just legs.
Yeah! Legs!
So,
but then there's spiders, which have 8 of both.
Correct.
So that they kind of neutralize themselves.
Neutralize themselves. Humans, for the most part, neutralize themselves. Fish don't have legs.
Do have eyes.
But do have eyes.
And there are more fish than any other living creature on the planet, so eyes win.
No. Insects, Jason.
Boom.
Millipedes. Think
Fish
about
win.
the millipedes.
Insects were their argument.
Insects have 2 eyes, 6 legs, so they're up by 4 each. Whereas fish are only up by 2 each. So are there enough more fish in the sea, which is an uncountable number, but also insects?
You're saying all the things that we have said.
It's true. Jason sort of just like went through our whole
conversation. I've gone full circle.
Yeah.
I'm back to eyes.
Jen and I both think it's legs.
I'm back to eyes.
Well, but
has Jen been a catalyst in this conversation?
She's on legs.
She's on legs.
Jennifer?
She has been giving
Just because
input.
you're out of the office does not mean you can let this go on and happen. You're still their manager. You are still their boss. Why does it take me to come in here and put some adulting in the room?
Papa Chicken.
Jen's probably hopped up on goofballs because she went to the dentist.
That's actually very true. She was making a comment about how she was all numb.
The millipedes. The millipedes, Jason.
Yeah, it's definitely legs.
Switching.
It's definitely. I thought it was eyes because of fish, but then you said millipedes and insects, and I'm back to legs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm back to legs.
So here's
the
my
only
other question.
thing that this is an unanswerable question because nobody can count all of the things.
Yeah.
Right. Also, think about the amount of ocean that is yet undiscovered.
Does Yog Shoggoth actually have legs, technically? Because Yog Shoggoth have a lot of eyes.
Yeah.
So that could throw it back the other direction.
Hashtag team
100%.
legs. Gabe, write down hashtag
But then there's the
team
flying
legs.
spaghetti monster. Do phalange count as legs?
They most certainly do not.
Oh, well, then we're dead. It's definitely legs.
Well, that's unfortunate.
For you.
I thought you said legs.
No, I was
in
the camp.
You were in the eye camp?
Eyes.
Yeah.
I'm firmly in the leg camp.
Yeah.
Jen's like, hashtag team legs.
We need that on a t-shirt.
Bugs are clusters. No, they're segmented. I don't know that they're clusters of receptors, are they? It's just that the lens is segmented. I do not believe that their brains have that many receptors for visual content. But again, that raises a good question. What technically is considered an eyeball?
Well, we were saying like...
Are birds that have cameras technically still eyeballs?
No, because it's not.
So birds don't count.
No.
So birds up the leg count because they have no eyes.
Well, yes. Jason's operating under birds aren't real.
I'm just going with the last conversations that we've had in chat.
If birds aren't real, then they don't count.
Right.
Oh, they have to be real creatures.
Correct.
What if I choose to not believe in bugs?
I'm game. That means eyes
Then
have
eyes
it.
have it.
Eyes have it.
No bugs are real.
Uh,
Bugs are made up nightmares
Kevin Bacon
created
is
by a
Team
15-year-old alien in the simulation program.
We should ask Kevin Bacon to weigh in
Technically,
on
nothing's real
Lex.
except for the 15-year-old alien that wrote the program.
this. How many eyes and legs does
I
Seb?
don't know. He has not yet revealed himself.
Jason's asking the real
Herself.
questions right now.
Themselves.
Themselves.
We don't know who the progenitor of the Matrix is.
You know what the best part is? I bet you that this progenitor of the Matrix has no eyes and no legs. Therefore, we all lose.
Damn it. It's a race of eyeless, legless. They just have 50 hands
Walks around on 4 hands.
and radar.
And no eyes.
They're just hands and radar.
This is a very disturbing a very disturbing
Somebody draw
alien.
this for us. This is our next miniature.
Wikipedia says Team Leg is
Lord of
losing.
hands.
Hellfire, please tell me more.
Compound eye is a visual organ found in arthropods such as insects and crustaceans. It may consist of thousands of ommatidia, which are tiny independent photoreception units that consist of a cornea, lens, and a photoreceptor cells which distinguish brightness and color. So they're what passes for a brain actually has that many inputs? Well, then eyes win.
No, I think because all of the lenses are coming from one input, it counts as one.
Well,
That's not what that says.
they're going to.
It says it may consist of thousands of eyes because each one has a cornea, a lens, and a photoreceptor. That's an eye.
My original.
I'm still with
Again,
the legs.
unless all of those go back to one connection point at the brain, because then it's just one eye.
Now it's getting too smart for me.
It's like when you do picture in picture, is it 2 TVs? No, still one TV.
Also not a living thing.
Yeah, actually, and his skin's starting to look really good.
We're working it up.
The compound eye only connects to a single nerve, so it's only one input to the brain.
So it's one eye. The legs have it
X-rays,
again.
I have no freaking idea what we're talking about.
I have
Ta-da!
no freaking
And we
idea.
come full circle.
Hold on. I read slow. I read slow.
Is this the wheel door Are there more wheels or doors? Was that another one?
Ooh,
That one's tough.
doors.
I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know.
There's so many cars.
What about all the 2-door cars?
Oh God, I didn't even think about the fact that cars also have
Cars.
doors.
But technically, houses don't have wheels, so they're way up.
they're way
a
up.
lot of doors in a house.
Correct.
I think doors.
But there are more vehicles. But more vehicles are generally even for the
Wheels
most
on a
part.
train.
Mm-hmm.
Wheels on a train. Then we go up.
Also
Wheels
has
keep
doors.
on going up. But also has doors. Many doors even
Many
between
doors.
the cars.
Mm.
Not as many as.
Are
Because
there more?
a train car could have
Are there
two
more
doors.
poop?
Is a
or
gear
boogers?
a wheel?
Poops or boogers?
I think a gear is a gear.
Oops.
More poops than boogers?
Well, hold on. Are we talking about volume or are we talking about like individual instances of
Individual
Expulsions.
instances of poops or boogers.
boogers probably.
How many things poop that don't have noses?
Oh.
Worms.
Poops.
Poops by far, I think. Yes.
Poops.
I think it has to
Yeah,
be more
poops.
terms, more poops.
Ooh, bicycles, roller skates, Hot Wheels, Lego wheels.
Technically, all of them, Hot Wheels all have doors. They just don't work.
You said Hot Wheels that don't have doors.
Yeah, does the door have to be functional?
Does diarrhea count as one poop?
Yes. Yes. Technically, yes.
What if it's a multiple stage diarrhea? Like, is this every time you hop on and off the pot? Or are we like, we're there for a minute, we do the deed, and then we know that more is coming, so we just hang out for a few minutes?
Well, what about that
Until the
guy?
second
What about that guy I
instance.
just painted that has noses on his elbow? I bet he has a booger problem.
That guy definitely has a booger
Well, he has a
problem.
booger problem. If a door doesn't open, it's not a door. So a locked door is not a door.
Dang! Look at this guy.
Boom.
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 This isn't what I had in mind when I said just wait until your dad gets home.
So if I weld the door shut, is it no longer a door? It just has the opportunity to become a door again?
I vote that it's
This is
still
some
a door.
Schrodinger's cat nonsense going on right here.
I vote that it's still a door.
When is a door not a door? When it's a jar? But I love it. I walked into the office not too long back and I said, you know how I can disprove mathematics and the universe is reality? And of course everybody was like, oh God. And
Except for me,
Gabe and Jordan were like my victims. Chris, I don't think really was following along that well. And I said, because of poops and boogers. Because everybody here can understand what I'm about to say. How many times have you thought you had a boulder in your nose because it caused so much pain, right? And only to when you pick said booger or blow your nose, it's like the teeniest, tiniest thing you've ever seen in your life that was causing you all that problem. Same thing when you poop. How many times have you sat down and thought, oh my God, I just birthed a minor deity?
On the flip side, there are some instances where the opposite is true.
Well, I'm saying that's also the same thing. And my
Yeah.
logic prevails too, because you could be like, oh my gosh, I think I have a small booger. And then you pick your nose and it's like an alligator, you know?
Yeah.
Or you get on the
Attacked by an
toilet, you sit down
alligator.
and you're just like 1, 2, done. And then you get up and it's like, OMG.
Where'd that monster come from?
Yeah, exactly. Right? Right?
Yeah. Oh, I'm on board for
Telling you.
this.
This is how we disprove mathematics and that the universe is a simulation.
This is awesome. These are exactly what Tuesday streams need to be.
That has the same energy as broken escalators just turn into stairs, correct? Correct. Well, what is an escalator if not just stairs in motion?
Automated stairs.
Just automated stairs. Lazy man
I
stairs.
wonder if you're lighter.
Game Billy says, Jason and I value our poops differently, apparently.
Poops are great.
Hellfire's like, hey, what are you blasting out of that thing? I mean, you've never had the deal where you have a booger and you like tap your nose and it's painful.
Oh, it hurts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have had that.
But then you go to pick it and it's like teeny.
But it's not like throbbing pain.
It's teeny. It's like when you get a splinter. The most pain from the smallest thing. How many levels of simulation are we on? That is the real question. I love the fact that when you consider all of that we get back to the mathematical equation that the odds of us being in the prime world are nearly non-existent. Like we can't possibly be in the primary world.
Yeah.
When you start to look at technology and its ability to create simulations of itself that are at an indistinguishable level from the reality around you, and we are nearly there, right? We are so close. And so if you imagine that that's a possibility and that technology can scale to allow you to do it, then the odds of us being the first people to find it are negligible. like we are the simulation. Now, how many simulations have learned how to simulate themselves, and where are we in that trajectory? No idea. No idea. 42. I'm down. We are the 42nd simulation, and we are getting extremely efficient at it.
Hellfire,
To steal a phrase from The Matrix.
I can't say I've ever had that exact thought before, but
Jason, have you ever watched the new Matrix movie?
I've watched all of them.
The newest one?
Yes.
What did you think?
It was not what I wanted it to be.
Okay. Thank you.
It stopped with it. It stopped being what The Matrix was.
Yeah.
And turned it into something else. I wanted so much more from it. It wasn't a bad movie, but they kind of already started doing that with like 3, you know.
It went really pop culture-y, which I really didn't care for. Like it went like very modern day, like pop culture, like millennial, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they start, I don't. It's hard to describe.
I mean, a lot of that was because they had created the world to keep him from knowing what was going on, right?
Yeah.
So some of it made sense, but Are the piles of doors at a hardware store still doors, or potential doors that didn't realize their potential until they are installed in the threshold? Yes. A door is a door is a door is a door. Matrix was a combination of movies that came out like 3 years before it came out. Let's artsy, more fartsy. We're the 43rd, not the 42nd vector? What made you distinguish there? How did you figure that out?
Show your math, please.
If you paint with poo, does it become artsy fartsy? It depends on how you paint with it.
What?
Definitely if you throw it into an airplane propeller onto a canvas, that is artsy.
Depends on the poo.
What do you call a teeny tiny little door? Adorable.
That's actually pretty good.
But
That's actually quite funny.
Great.
A door is a door.
The door.
The stream went from something eye-opening to adorable to something kind of poopy. Sounds pretty standard.
Yeah.
Standard Tuesday.
Generally how it goes.
It's a standard Tuesday. We call that Tuesday.
A Tuesday.
We call that Poo's Day.
Oh.
Ben, somebody already hit you with that one. When is a door not a door? When it's a jar. There's another Matrix, like the animated stuff. Well, there's 4 movies.
I actually never watched the Animatrix.
The Animatrix is superlative. Really good.
Okay.
Definitely worth the watch.
Okay, I'll have to go
The
watch
Matrix
it.
comics are also very good.
I didn't realize they did comics.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think that it's all collected into one perfect bound edition, like graphic novelish.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I have it somewhere in my library.
I'll have to check it out sometime.
Ghost in the Shell had a huge influence on the Matrix. I think they mentioned Ghost in the Shell a couple times when they were doing their thing with regards to the AI hacking type stuff. But it doesn't resemble it much. Although Ghost in the Shell has a bunch of offshoot kind of things that go on, but it was never really about simulation theory type stuff. It was more the how do you know what's real if you can be hacked, but it still existed in what was thought to be a real world that wasn't, completely blown out post-apocalyptic type thing. The Matrix had an MMO. Did not know this.
What? Wild.
Did not know this.
I remember playing the video games when I was younger. That was fun.
You thought there was just a trilogy? There was the first trilogy, then they came back and made the other one like 5 years ago or whatever it was. It was called like the Matrix.
Something. I don't even remember.
Oh, the MMO is canon in the storyline? That's cool. Goliath, a short story in the Matrix by Neil Gaiman, is one of your favorites. There's several short stories by recognized authors available on the website. Yeah. A lot of people did some really cool fan fiction, too, that worked really well in there. I don't know how much of that got adopted as canon, but all of that stuff did, the Neil Gaiman stuff.
That's cool that he
a lot of it was just little sidebar stories of people's experiences in the Matrix that either caused them to... because, in Zion, there were a whole bunch of people who had been out of the Matrix. So they were able to take a lot of those personal stories about how people extricated themselves or were, saved from the Matrix.
Yeah.
They made a bunch of stories about that.
That's cool.
But the best one in the Animatrix is how it all started. It has the whole story of what happened between people and the robots.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it tells
that's
the beginning.
super cool.
It has the beginning story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like how the battle happened, how humans blacked out the sky, why the sun doesn't show anymore, that kind of stuff. It's all there in the Animatrix.
I have to watch that.
It's superb. Find it, watch it.
I will. I might actually watch it tonight.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I will probably watch it tonight.
It's amazing. It's great. Some of the animation is tremendous on that one that tells the history. The combat scenes are just stupid. These huge robotic mechanoids and the humans having to be all doped up on super drugs to be able to fight them.
Does anybody know if this is streaming anywhere right now?
I don't know.
The internet.
I have it on
probably can tell us.
DVD someplace.
I kid you not, I will watch it tonight.
How smoochable is really Danav? Cool. I feel like he's probably about a 4 or 5 on the smoochable scale.
4.
The tusks. A 4 feels right.
Seems like would get in the way a bit.
4 feels right because he's never going to do it in public. He's always going to put on this persona you're seeing right here. And so you got to catch him out of the limelight before he might give you a peck.
It's true.
True.
Morpheus dies in the MMO. That's why he's dead in the new movie. Oh, nice. You must choose Dayquil or Nightquill. Nightquill. Yeah, the Animatrix was super good. Yeah. Yeah, the one guy that ran so fast he tore his legs off and woke him up out of the Matrix. Yep.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it was a story about it was a really short animation with a guy. I think it was done by the same people that did the one that was on MTV, the animation that was on MTV that turned into a movie about the assassin, the girl assassin. She caught the fly in her eyebrows or in her eyelashes. That animation team did one of the Animatrix things. I can't remember what it was called.
I don't know what that is.
Aeon Flux. Yeah, Aeon Flux. Yeah. Oh, it says Animatrix on Amazon.
Oh, great.
Jordan.
Great.
Amazon.
Eon Flux, yeah.
I'm definitely a big Matrix fan, so... Well...
Yeah, when the first movie came out, it was spectacular. It took you into a world that was like, wow, okay, that's some existential craziness.
Yeah, it was really good.
You know? I liked it.
Second one's not too bad.
2 was okay. 3 got a little away from me.
Yeah. And
then when they did the 4th one, I was like kind of over it, but interested. And then it was kind of like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Definitely, it did the thing that you and I have talked about on many occasions where it injected too much of modern day stuff that it took me out of it a little bit.
Are you talking about like socio-political stuff?
Yeah. Well, not socio-political stuff, more of just a lot of like modern day lingo. Like
it is a modern day thing.
True. I don't know. I feel like there are ways that they could have taken the story that I would have appreciated more than having it be like
I think one of the problems is that so much time had elapsed that we forget that when The Matrix came out, it was also very modern day. But it was modern day for 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know? And a lot's changed. So I think that they kept the voice, pretty good on it. But I can see what you're saying. 2 is your fave and you cannot explain why.
I think for me, the
CGI was just really sucky in so many of them that watching them back now is kind of hard. If you have hands for feet, does that make your legs arms? I think you have a problem.
I think you just have a problem. That's just
you said if you have hands in place of your feet, is the way I'm reading that, then your legs would become arms, not your arms become legs. If you had feet in place of your hands, then your arms would be legs. So Baby J doesn't like young people speak? I mean, does anybody?
I don't like young people speak.
Does anybody really?
So it's cringy when you hear it in movies and shows.
Yes.
I wish we weren't headed into a world where everything's becoming contractions.
Yeah.
And it's like the one thing that separates us from potatoes is our ability to communicate rationally.
Yeah.
And we are steadily losing that.
Yeah. I mean, I think they definitely do it on purpose to make you cringe in that movie, which I can see the reasoning for it. I just remember that there's definitely a couple scenes where I'm like, come on. Like, why am I listening to this right now? Like, this is supposed to be...
Well, it just wasn't a very good script either.
Yeah.
Legit hearing kids saying Skibbity Ohio Riz today made you sigh so hard. I don't even know what... I know what Riz means.
I don't know what the rest of it means.
I don't want to know. Just leave them to their things. We used to say rad and People used to say totally tubular.
Totally tubular.
It just feels so much better than the things we've got going on today.
Oh yeah, it's stupid, but people thought what we said was stupid too, so I get it.
I
just wish we weren't building so much momentum towards just not being able to talk to one another, as it seems like we are. We also have legs to separate us from the potatoes. Have you left potatoes out on your counter very long before? They grow all sorts of appendages.
It's true. But Jen made the argument that their eyes can't see.
T. Schmidt says, I was reading through the class offerings at ReaperCon and paint bussing figs, bruh. Made me laugh. Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
Have it removed with fire.
Yeah, hurts deep in my soul.
Yep.
Gameplay said I like young people speak, except for the literally meaning figuratively.
The only place you ever heard tubular was on a TMNT cartoon. It was in all the movies with skateboards because somebody thought that that's how we talked. I used to always love looking at the movies that were about punk rock or skateboarding or anything that was in that subculture from where I was heavily involved because none of them got it right. There was one movie called Suburbia that if you've never seen it, you should watch. But I think there's been another movie called Suburbia since then. This would be like the 1980s Suburbia movie. It had, I don't even know if there was anybody in it that we would recognize. I want to say Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers was in it. Maybe. SLC Punk. That was much later, but yeah. Gleaming the Cube was totally based on real life, though. I think they said tubular and Gleaming the Cube. Like, nobody in their right mind has ever said Gleaming the Cube. Like, this was probably like Stacy Peralta being hired as an advisor. And, okay, so, like, what do you call it when you guys, like, you know, like, fly down the street super fast and, like, use your hands to stabilize and slide and stuff? And he probably just said, Gleaming the Cube. Pay me. And somebody made a movie about it called Gleaming the Cube.
Jordan,
I would bet that there's never been a single skater anywhere on the planet that said Gleaming the Cube.
Jordan, is there a reason you haven't painted the hands yet? That's a question.
Haven't painted what?
The hands.
No.
Just haven't done it.
Just haven't done it.
Gameplay, I want that shirt. That sounds awesome.
Jesus dunked in a basketball and it said he is risen. Oh God.
Funny shirt.
I had a t-shirt that on the front said, on the back of this shirt are two people having sex. And and of course everybody would want to look at the back of the shirt. And on the back of the shirt it had Jesus pointing at you like dashboard Jesus saying, just kidding, believe in Jesus. It was so funny.
Can we bring back Nifty?
I wore it to Santa Monica Pier and had the police ask me to change my shirt.
What?
Yeah, people
Did
complained.
you show them the back?
People complained.
That's crazy.
Yeah, people complained about my shirt.
That's not something you can call the cops about. I don't feel.
Can we bring back Nifty? We say Nifty all the time.
I
Say,
like-
hey,
I like
Christopher.
Nifty.
Christopher says Nifty and Neato,
Or neat.
I think.
I like neat. Pretty neat.
Yeah.
Your skateboard nostalgia entertainment was Viva La Bam. It's toxic in hindsight. Horrible show.
God.
It and like what was that other guy? The Tom Green show? That guy was a nuisance. I hated those shows where they like mistreated people. You know, the fact that the Paul brothers, that's how they got their whole rise to stardom, is atrocious. Gleaming the Cube has always sounded like a euphemism. It has to be. It has to be. I'm not talking to you, Ghost Hunter. Nifty went somewhere. I've always been using it. Yeah, it doesn't show it doesn't raise up in conversation as much as it used to, right?
Ooh, kerfuffle, I like that.
Jason, did I cite my freedom of religion? Oh, with my T-shirt? No.
Or
I was like, sorry, I don't have another shirt.
would you count that
So
as?
I kept wearing it.
Would you count that as speech too?
Bam Margera is alive, and he is trying to start skateboarding again and get off of drugs and alcohol, and has actually been like skating and posting pictures of doing tricks and videos again. I think, unfortunately, he's beyond the time where he's relevant in that age, obviously. But if it's doing him some good to get some exposure, then good for him, because he was in a really rough spot.
Isn't that guy like in his 40s now or something?
He's probably not too much younger than me. He's got to be late 40s.
That's kind of what I thought. Because I mean, I was really young when he was doing active shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, and his life went horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Kerfluffle needs to be more commonplace. I think Gabe's mom uses that word.
Kerfluffle? I mean,
It sounds like a something that she would use.
he is Canadian.
I like kerfuffle.
Kerfluffle.
I need to use dastardly. I said that last time.
I love the word dastardly.
So it's a good word.
I use it all the damn time. And schmarmy. Smarmy bastages.
I like saying schmutzy.
Schmutz.
Yeah.
Schmutz is like gnur.
Yeah.
It's like, what's on there? That's just some schmutz.
It's just some schmutz.
It's up to us to pull language out of the gutter and start using words like smarmy and schmutz again. How the Pauls are still any level of relevance is baffling to me, because that's what the young consumer wants, is to believe they can act with that type of irreverence to the world around you and still be relevant. And they are proving it on a daily basis, that you do not have to offer anything meaningful to the planet still be popular.
Which Pauls? Who?
We don't even need to give their names out.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know.
The scam artists.
I don't know him.
Good. Keep it that way. You met Tom Green in Iraq when he did a USO tour? Oh, really? The Tom Green movie? Well, he had a show on MTV first, didn't he? He's also in and out of rehab still, yeah. Yep. He's 44, yeah. All right, so not late 40s. Bam is a scumbag. I think everybody has the opportunity to change. He definitely went off the rails. For sure. Went off the rails. I think that, again, and this is a much deeper conversation, but the way the entertainment industry treats its stars as disposable.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when coming from that quote unquote reality, that unscripted television, is just criminal. And, I'm not one for writing more laws about stuff, but there really need to be ways to make sure that people don't get taken advantage of. And it's hard to say, well, just read your contract better, or just do this better, or whatever.
Turns out reading contracts is not easy.
Well, they make it purposefully. They obfuscate everything purposefully so that you can't read the contract.
Correct.
They're still allowed to use legalese, which is not readable English.
No.
So, yeah, something's got to change. That's not all that was Bam's problem. It wasn't like a bad contract caused all of his downfall. He became a horrible person. So, he didn't get a get out of jail free pass for being a scumbag. But can schmutz be a new wash medium? Schmutz. It's kind of already a word that people know about, though, right?
A weathering technical.
I do like it as a paint color, though. Schmutz. What is this? It's schmutz. What do you do? It's just for any time you have something on something and you don't know what that something is, it's schmutz. What's on that fork? That's a gnur. Growing up, that's what my mom called it. It's a gnur. Like when there was like a piece of food left on a utensil and then you put it through the washing machine and it just kind of baked it on.
Yeah.
And you're like, what even is that? It's a gnur. Oh, there's Jen telling you who the Pauls are.
Oh, those ones. Yeah, I don't.
Jake Paul's boxing now, except juiced and overweight.
Do not like them.
That's why he could never fight anybody under real boxing rules, because he always has a range of weight over his opponent, and he juices. Tell him to take a drug test.
He'll say no.
Freddy Got Fingered was his movie. Yeah, but he had the Tom Green show on MTV, wasn't it? First, way before he was ever known as needing a movie. Yeah, right. The skin's looking fantastic.
Yeah,
You can see him doing his two brush blending on all of his colors as he puts the purple on the blue.
Yep.
Turning out good.
I find it a really fun way to get your colors kind of laid out and
Paint liquor juices with Pro-Acryl.
Layered on top of one another. You get this nice bit of, one color sort of blended on top of another with a little bit of transparency.
Yep.
So it still shows all the color underneath it. Get a little bit of texture from, doing the finger, smudging.
Paint liquor, I'm sorry to inform you, but if you juice with Pro-Acryl, that will also show up on a drug test. We put just enough poppy seed extract in our paint to make sure that you can't do that and get away with it. Excited to watch Tyson fold Paul. Is Tyson going to live long enough to do that fight?
I hope he lives long enough to beat the crap out of that guy.
Didn't Tyson just have like a emergency on an airplane where his health failed miserably?
Did he really?
Thought so.
Oh.
I could be mistaking this for something completely different because I don't pay a whole lot of attention, but I feel like Mike Tyson is not having the best days of his life physically either.
I mean, he's pretty old now, right?
59?
Yeah, I was about to say he's like 60, at least 60.
I think he is. Late 50s.
Yeah. He ain't no spring chicken.
You like RuPaul's Drag Race? It's a guilty pleasure to turn off the brain, Papa Chicken? I can't stand unscripted television. I don't care what it is. Jen watches some of them, and I can like watch them long enough to get infuriated with humanity, and then I go get in my office.
You talking about like The Bachelorette and stuff?
Yeah, it's horrible TV.
Some of it's
horrible people
definitely scripted.
Doing horrible things.
Some of it's definitely scripted.
No, it's produced.
Jen and I need to talk about that, actually.
It's
we'll
just
do that
produced.
tomorrow, Jen.
Like, the producers will keep the most unscrupulous humans on those shows because they know the drama it will cause.
It's true.
And the ratings it will get.
Yeah.
The people are not kept because the Bachelor or Bachelorette liked them.
No.
That's why none of that stuff works. Because that's formulated.
Yeah.
But not scripted.
But
let stupid people do things without the script because it gets more people feeling like their life is better.
But I love watching it.
Does Mountain Dew count as a performance-enhancing drug for attorneys? Yes, you're doomed. You're disbarred. Don't let them give you the test. Game delay. Yep. They're starting to test before Golden Demon now.
What's that?
Make sure you're not on
Drug
performance-enhancing steroids. We're going to need you to pee in this cup before you turn in your model.
That's so funny.
Oh, an ulcer flared up.
Oh, that's right. It was an ulcer.
Turns out those things suck.
110% of those shows are scripted. Those people aren't smart enough to remember scripts, dude. So let's not give them credit. Once upon a time, the certified worst job in the world was to be Mike Tyson's sparring partner. Can you imagine? Like, I remember watching back in the day the amount of body padding that his coaches and stuff had. There, because they have like the body padding that you can wear when practicing. And holy cow, man. I bet those people still woke up hurting. Every single GW mini is on steroids. No way, dude. That's totally reality.
Grey Mouser, I think you're talking about the show Alone. That one I really like, actually. Alone is very good.
Yeah, and that one, like the Bear Grylls stuff, because they have a camera crew, but Bear Grylls talked about how the survival part of that is that the camera crew, unless things get completely out of hand, do not ever interfere in anything. And you take them on their word, I guess, but because you forget. Well, look at like Instagram and Reels nowadays, where they catch these things that are supposedly like spontaneous happenings in public.
Right.
Well, if it was spontaneous, why is your friend filming you?
Yeah, why is your phone out?
Right? Like there's all these like near miss as the guy nearly gets hit by a train, and I'm like, no, because your friend is filming it. Nobody films near misses, right? Or they get caught on like traffic cam.
You can pretty clearly tell when it's real because it's like some shoddy camera that's in the corner of the frame that's just like somebody going, what?
No, well, that's the thing. It's like somebody else, like some bystander, because you were like in the middle of the promenade at a particular public place, so it got caught by somebody else.
Yeah,
those like too. But I like looking at the comments for the ones that are like, filmed in reverse, like they run the video in reverse, and it seems to make a guy look like he can levitate or hold himself up. And the fact that there are people in the comments that are like, dude, this is real.
Dude,
while other people are like, yeah, that's totally fake.
Oh, there was a season of Survivor when all but one member got voted out.
Wait, what?
Grey Mouser was talking about like one person having to survive, like, and just having a camera crew like follow them. And I thought they were talking about the show Alone, which is.
Oh, did Survivor have a time where you could have a tribe down to one person? I don't think they do that anymore.
I think so.
I watched just enough to have info on that when they tend to unify the tribes when they get too unbalanced.
Yes. Yeah.
Or at least redistribute it all, because the social interactions are what make or break you.
I bet going back and watching the first couple of seasons of Survivor would probably be pretty fun. Because that was kind of before it got
brutal.
Really...
But they used to make them had challenges where they had to eat like hissing cockroaches.
Oh yeah, it was rough. Yeah. It was a real like Survivor show, like
I mean, it's still no joke. Those shows, I still have a little. I've never been a big fan of them, but Jen watches Survivor especially, and it's like watching it. It's like that woman is gonna die. She hasn't eaten. Like the last season or one of the last seasons had this woman who. Good on you for your beliefs and all that, but she was a vegan or a strict vegetarian.
What are you doing out there?
Or whatever, and she was allergic. She had an allergy to rice.
Oh,
what?
So she literally hadn't eaten anything. And I'm like, how did they even let you on the show? Like, that's the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life.
Signed a whole bunch of waivers.
So that made me question a lot of it. It's like, they're not really going to let anybody on. Was Fear Factor Rogan?
It
was, right?
Was it?
Joe Rogan was Fear Factor, right?
I don't think he did it the whole time.
Did he inherit the show?
I think he did.
I don't remember.
Because I think there was somebody else who I think did it before him. I can't remember the guy's name.
You're binge watching BattleBots with your husband. That's the one where they put it in the ring, right? And they have to build new things that torch the other bot. I remember that when it first came out, and it was so fun to watch these contraptions people built that had there were there probably are still like different design philosophies for building one of these destroyer robots. Some of them were super low and built like a wedge that would flip the other machine over so that it couldn't operate anymore. But then people started making machines that operated both upside down and right side up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had the ones that had the big hammers that would come down and just try to beat the crap out of the opponent. And then the one with like the saw blades. Those things were so great. It seems so dangerous, like sitting around that enclosure. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. Here's a bunch of table saw blades hooked to a high RPM motor. That's where I want to be. Oh, Ludacris ran Fear Factor too. Rogan started it. And got kicked off for fighting a contestant. Oh, did that actually end the deal on there?
Oh my gosh, really?
There was the one, I think, where somebody was like bullying somebody else, and Joe Rogan got in there and broke it up, but fought a contestant. It's totally the contestant's fault, but
can't have the hosts beating up on the contestants.
Les Stroud from Survivor Man was real. Bear Grylls was the lying liar. Bear Grylls is a lying liar? What do you mean?
Lying liar who lies?
Oh, like they have support and it's not really surviving out there? I don't know. I don't watch any of those. Bear Grylls is the one that like started taking like famous people out with him, right?
Can't remember. I never watched Bear Grylls.
Zazen says he did not get kicked off for fighting. One match, they had a bot get launched through the glass. Oh no! And then they engineered it. It's now big plexiglass stuff, right? That's crazy. In Palau, the infamous Oolong tribe coined this popular term by losing every single immunity challenge. Oh, we're talking about Survivor. The tribe was decimated until only one member remained. The infamous Oolong tribe coined this popular term by losing every single immunity challenge. The tribe was decimated until only one member remained. I don't think they let that happen anymore, though, right? Naked and Afraid is pretty brutal. Bear Grylls was caught going to places by roads and filming it like he was in the middle of nowhere and stayed in hotels.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, more power if you can pull it off, right? Does he still have a show? My lack of knowledge of television is comforting for me.
I don't even know if he still has a show. I used to love River Monsters. River Monsters was a good show.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is you forget sometimes that you're actually watching what's happening through a camera. You're not just virtually there. And you're like, oh yeah, there's a lighting guy and a camera guy and a whole crew of producers that are right there with these people, you know, not too far off.
Yeah.
You know, Jeff Probst is in some 5-star hotel on the other side of the island, you know, or a 15-minute boat ride away. Venom ER was wild. I don't know how it was allowed to air. What was that? Just from the name, I expect it was like snake bites and stuff. Oh yeah, like on all of those supposed, you know, reality shows, you'll see somebody that is been in like a extra in a TV show. These people that, you know, walk around Hollywood all the time just looking for gigs, and they submit to all these TV shows. They're easier to direct, right? Even if they're bad at it. The Top Gear specials for that kind of entertainment. Top Gear was that the British show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had whoever that one guy is was phenomenal. I mean, that whole team of guys was phenomenal. The way they griped at each other and
What's his name?
did crazy stuff.
He has a different show now called Clarkson's Farm. Jeremy Clarkson.
Oh, he did a farm thing.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
Oh, that's right. Clarkson Farm.
I actually really like the show. It's cool.
That's the one where I think in one of the episodes it's become a meme, right? Where he was like, they told us we needed, you know, more diversity. And he goes, I don't know what they're talking about. We have every type of 50-something-year-old white man out here right now. It really was like a whole countryside of all these old white dudes doing whatever they were doing at the farm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. He had to go buy a tractor, and he bought like a Lamborghini tractor.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It's crazy. And it's just, yeah, it's a good show.
How funny.
Was it? I'm pretty sure one of those companies used to make farm equipment. Was it?
I mean, a lot of them still do. You understand that, like in America, we see Lamborghini for the one-off hot rods that they make, the sports cars that they make. But yeah, a lot of those, you know, have made things, everything.
Started with
Porsche made tanks in World War II.
Yeah.
Right. So
they all still do. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can find a lot of that stuff that's farm equipment and.
I think that's cool that they still do that.
Porsche does not make tanks anymore.
It's just funny.
Except for tanks. Of course.
You don't expect someone to get a Lamborghini tractor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Orange County choppers and that dysfunctional family.
Oh God,
that was all highly scripted. But there was a time. I mean, it was funny to know that like Paulie, the son, didn't talk to his dad for a long time when he left that show, because he left the show while it was still going.
Yeah,
because they had such big arguments and things like that.
Ugh.
Mainly because dad owned all the rights to it and the kid didn't own anything, but the kid thought he was the superstar. That guy was at a bunch of the motorcycle conventions that I would go to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, like, because I had to go to like the V-Twin show in Cincinnati and things like that because I was a parts maker.
Sure.
And so I would go to V-Twin and he'd be there with like an entourage. It was so silly. You know, but that was in the days where that stuff was like really helping motorcycle world out. You know,
True. It
was bringing a bunch of people who were 9-to-5 business suit guys to buy custom motorcycles and things like that. Not mine, because I was building pre-1970 Harley Davidsons that were really, really janky, and everybody else wanted these big fat tire motorcycles that were unrideable, but looked like Spider-Man or the Batcave or something like that. They started that whole thematic motorcycle that would never get ridden, that would go on a trailer and be out in front of a company or in the company's lobby, that kind of stuff. Lamborghini makes I'm guaranteed they make more money from general business than from sports cars. Yeah, Lamborghini makes boats.
Was it them that did the World of Warcraft bike?
I don't know. Oh, you mean Orange County Choppers?
Oh, was that? Yeah,
probably.
Okay, yeah. Because I remember a while ago, for like a BlizzCon, Blizzard commissioned some company to make one.
I love the fact that was a motorcycle show. Supposedly they built motorcycles, but a buddy of mine has a shop up there in New York that his primary business for so long was fixing their motorcycles for people that bought them and actually thought they could ride them. Because all those guys were decorators. They were like cake decorators that couldn't bake a cake. All of their motors were done by third party people, and they didn't know anything about any of that. And all they did was, weld metal and put it together, and it wouldn't survive. So there's like whole sub industries of people that just fix Orange County choppers because their bikes are. Because one of the things they did is they had production bikes. Like you could go to Orange County Choppers website, and they had like 3 or 4 different types of bikes they built all the time that you could just go buy. They were like $50,000-$60,000 motorcycles, $100,000 motorcycles that they weren't thematic, so they didn't make it on the show. And they were all garbage. Garbage. I don't know that I've ever talked to anybody that either owned or knew somebody that owned an Orange County chopper that had a good story to tell.
That's funny.
Isn't that what you designed a vehicle for, though? To sit and never be driven ever? Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. 100%. Just ask Lamborghini.
Yikes.
No, I mean that, but they actually make cars that are meant to do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Same with Porsche. They did the Gears of War bike. You would argue choppers are garbage bikes to start with. Depends. A longer rake is much better for the highway.
What's a rake?
Like a longer front end. Like what you traditionally think of as a chopper with a... Now, granted, Orange County Chopper had stupidly long bikes and fat tires, and that's not a chopper, by the way. That's some weird, crazy concoction that modern times decided needed to happen because you could.
Because you could.
There were guys before that were putting like I've seen like Volkswagen wheels and things like that from like rear wheels from cars on bikes, and machining sprockets to go with that so you can have a wider tire. But on a 2-wheel motorcycle, a wide tire doesn't necessarily do you a lot of good. Makes it very hard to turn. Jesse James made some cool Indian Larry, Jesse James. Yeah, those shows that kind of were in and amongst that, but they never got the accolades that Orange County Choppers did because they didn't have the same drama, and they didn't make stupid looking motorcycles. Well, Indian Larry made some bikes that were fairly stupid looking. They were kind of over the top glitz and glamour in the competitions because he would do the biker build off thing where they would either take it to Sturgis or I forget where, Daytona Bike Week and stuff, and do the biker build off with I don't remember what that other guy's name was that he was always battling out against. It was also in Florida. A longer rake is better for the highway. Well, it just keeps the bike going straight, easier, but definitely not as good for in-town touring, making turns. It will work your forearms out to drive a long front bike around the city.
Just because your arms are like up.
Well, the way you turn a motorcycle is you've got to lean into the turn and actually counter steer the front wheel to some extent.
Interesting.
You don't. When you take a left turn in a car, you turn the wheels left.
Yeah.
When you take a left turn in a motorcycle, you're technically pushing the wheel a little bit right and leaning the bike left in order to go through the turn correctly. And so you're putting more pressure on the left handlebar, pushing it away from the turn, than you are. You don't ever pull the bike into the turn by steering unless you're going super slow in a parking lot. Once you have speed, that's not how two wheels work. So
Interesting.
You have a Honda CB300F and it works for you.
I really wanted to get a motorcycle. I still do, but
Seen a chopper front and a back as a Volkswagen. Yeah, I remember those. They would like cut to where you had like the single seat and then like a seat, the back seat open to the air. It almost looked like a what would you call it, like a horse carriage type thing. Trikes were big for a while.
Really?
Back in the day. Yeah, they made linkages for rear drive for a trike to where you could buy an axle and put two car wheels on it. It has a sprocket in the middle that was driven by the chain from the motor. Lightweight axle, put rear tires on it, and then that way, obviously, I don't know that three wheels is the best functional design. I remember being very scared of three-wheelers when I was a kid because they always seemed to roll over on me.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God, they were horrible. That's why they turned them into four-wheelers for safety reasons because three-wheelers were killing too many humans. Oh, my God. If you went, like, you could turn left all day long with a three-wheeler. As soon as you went to turn right, the right rear wheel would hit you in the back of the head. Like, it would just come up off the ground and swing it over for me and, like, flip the whole thing over.
Gosh.
Jeez.
Oh, I spent a lot of time in the scrub brush in Texas riding three-wheelers. I tried to do everything turning left. Because left I could control, but right, like I said, it would pick the right end up and throw it over your head. Horrible. I'm surprised I'm alive. That one of those things didn't just break me in half rolling over on me. They were small, like Honda three-wheelers. It was not like a big motor. It was like a lawnmower motor in it. But
I'm happy you survived.
yeah, me too. Me too. It's funny that I was more scared of the Honda 50 that we had that was a two-wheeler than the three-wheeler. And the three-wheeler tried to kill me more times than I can count. But the two-wheeler, I was so scared of two-wheel motorcycles. I don't know why. As a kid, I was just like, nope. And I rode the three-wheeler all the time, even though everybody else was more scared of the three-wheeler because it would bite you. It was horrid. And then the two-wheeler, everybody's like buzzing around. I get on a two-wheeler and be scared out of my wits. And then one day it just clicked. It was two wheels in dirt. Which for a lot of people, it's different. They will ride in dirt and get comfortable, but hate riding on the street because they're afraid of cars and stuff. And for me, when you get me in two wheels on the asphalt, just like
Easy.
fish in water, dude.
Yeah.
Just like, yep, this is my life. But you'd get me off road, I'd be like, nope, not doing it. Just
Weird.
not doing it. I couldn't stand to have loose turf underneath the motorcycle. It just drove me nuts. Still does to this day.
Yeah. I can imagine that would be weird.
There are more ATV fatalities where you live than from cars. Do you live in the desert?
Well, technically, we also.
Yes, I would not doubt that was probably true here too.
Yeah.
What's the Zazen? Your brother worked for Jesse James for a short period out in Long Beach? Jen worked for him out in Long Beach? Really? Curtis worked for... Jen's brother owns Hoffman Designs, which is in Minnesota, and he makes... he really works on modern bikes. He does some cool builds every now and then, but he does like really cool like carbon fiber bags for Harley Davidson bikes that you can replace
cool.
and stuff like that. He does some neat stuff. He
Nice.
makes some neat parts and builds some they're pretty straightforward modern bikes, but he does some neat things, has good paint on them and stuff like that. It's not They're not over the top, but wow, I didn't realize he worked in Long Beach. Yeah, I would go down to Jesse's shop every now and then. We had some guys that worked as motor guys down there and welders that I knew. I didn't have to deal with that guy any. Not the same world. Although he did build some older Harleys. So out of all of those guys, I think that he and Indian Larry were probably the more in tune with what I was doing. Hellfire, take it easy, man. A Star Wars binge. Good luck.
Good luck.
I hope you survive.
Yeah.
It is 412.
412.
It
It is.
412.
It is that time of night.
Zazen, two wheels in the front. Safer, I guess. They allow those, right? Those are all over the place. You can buy those
the two
crazy
wheels in the front, one
trikes
in
that
the
are
back.
two wheels in the front. I think they're still classified as a motorcycle.
Are they?
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I think anything that's open air less than 4 wheels is still classified as
Yes.
or motorized bicycle or motorcycle or something like
It's
that.
got a weird classification that's not normal. For sure.
I think you still have to have a motorcycle endorsement to be able to use your license on it.
That
Maybe
would
not.
make sense.
But I see those things. Some of them look like I think one of them's called a spider with a Y.
Yes.
SPY.
SPY.
DUR. Spider.
Spider. All right, everyone. That's it. Unless Jason wants to hang out and keep chatting for a while.
Nope.
Nope.
I mean, I would love to, but I have things I got to do, unfortunately.
Well, our fearless stream operator over there is going to put some links in the chat for you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today.
Oh, she's got fear.
Does she?
Oh, she's full of fear.
No, she might be now.
Yeah.
She wasn't earlier.
She's very afraid of caterpillars. She won't tell you. She won't. Okay, it dates back to her eating dirt days. Don't ask about it. She cries a lot.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys check out all the links. We got the store link up there where you guys can find all the fantastic paints we've been using here on stream. You can also find the FLGS link, which is where you can find all of our paints in local stores near you. You can check out the Discord link where there are 4,561. We're up by 6. Amazing artists on the Discord. No artists that are not amazing. So I'm proud of you, Ghost Hunter. And then check out our YouTube page as well, where you can find all of our restreams. So if you missed any of our streams, which we do 5 days a week from 2 to
Hashtag
4
team legs.
p.m. Hashtag eyes.
Team legs.
Team eyes.
Gotta be legs, Jordan.
We don't know.
Gotta be legs.
Maybe.
Are you thinking there's more fish than there are crickets?
You'd be wrong.
Fleas? Bed bugs?
All right, fair enough.
Forget
Gnats.
about it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, everybody. We're going to find somebody to raid.
9,122 legs in Discord. Have you checked? Well, we're going to go with it. That's close. That's a close approximation
Yeah.
of
We
how
can-
many legs are in
we can
Discord.
assume-
Plus or minus.
You can assume maybe.
Plus or minus. Well, it says probably. We did it. We did it. We broke him, chat.
You guys have a wonderful night. We're going to find somebody to raid to keep your evening very entertaining. So we will see you all tomorrow.
Thanks so much, gang.
Goodbye.
Bye.